I'm Karen Lustrup, and I'm presenting for you this month's Tarot podcast. And just to mention a couple of things, I do get questions like, please show the cards, right? But listen, the way I roll, I spread the cards, but then I get a lot of extra information clairvoyantly and psychically. So it's not linearly card by card like a lot of people do. But if you're wanting to see cards, there's a lot of great readers out there that will show you their cards as they work. Maybe one day I'll put together a course for you, and then we can do the cards and I can go through them one by one and teach you those things. But that's down the road. But listen, before we start off the monthly podcast here, I just want to mention for those of you who are really into meditation and love that kind of music, I have added a track at the very end for your enjoyment. So let's get going and take a look at what you can expect now here this month. Hello, Cancer. It's always good to see you here. And listen, we're going to be looking at June. And you know what? I see you starting off the month with a big smile on your face. So something from the past is showing up. And I feel that it's something that you've been working on, or maybe something you've been dreaming about or longing for. Might just be the word too, because there's like memories here connected to whatever it is that coming up to the surface for you right now that is more tangible than in what it might have been in the past, where it might have been more connected to hopes and dreams and longing. But here this month, as we start off here in June, I feel there's something concrete now manifesting from this. So that could be through some action that you're going to take, or maybe it's the universe that's going to bestow it upon you. However, though, it's definitely bringing up a lot of emotions, because while you're having this feeling of growth and fertility within you, you get the Empress card here. I don't care whether you're a male, you will still have the Empress card here. But what that actually indicates is just a lot of emotional growth and creativity, and a feeling that things are coming into this completion and will set you off on wings to be able to speak now and emote your highest truth values. It's touching your heart chakra. I can jump straight ahead to relationships since we're in this vibe and speaking about emotions, because in your relationship area here, there is communication back to back. So definitely channels opening up here, allowing you and your beloved to speak heart to heart and see eye to eye, spiritually and emotionally, of how things now have evolved between the two of you. And it looks like for some of you, there has been a lot of growth, maybe some challenges there in the past, but you're at a point where you're feeling that things not only are starting to look good, but they're starting to feel good, meaning that you can start trusting now this energy to take on shape and hold its vibration. And from it, there is growth. And I feel the foundation is coming up here relatively very strong. It's really allowing you to open up new doors and work together here on what it is that you and your twosome wish now to implement and accomplish. There's a sense of rising enthusiasm, rising hope. And you know, even in a long-lasting relationship, whether you've been married 20, 25 years, that doesn't mean that even you can't have periods of renewal and expansion and feeling that things can come alive again. It wasn't just all about being in love initially there those 20, 25 years ago, but you can also open up for those pipelines here and now to revive it. And maybe that's the right word to be used here, the revival of, the rebirthing of love and feeling it and expressing it. So this is beautiful, especially because you are a Cancerian, where you feel things very deeply, and how emotions are so important to you, for it colors the rest of your life. You know, if you're not happy emotionally, it kind of colors over to everything else, your finances, your job, your children, everything, because this is the essence of who you are. You love to nurture, and if you're not happy with a partner, how can you nurture that partner when there's a seemingly feeling of an invisible wall or shutdown, right? So here this month, and I feel it's whatever took place there in May, You might want to re-listen to May if you haven't. But I'm feeling that that is something here that is opening up these channels so that you can get to that next level, which is awesome. Now here, financially, you got to be a little careful this month. Not sure to what these circumstances are, but I do see some outer circumstances that's holding you back a little bit. And it's like you'd like to splurge a little bit more this month, maybe on shopping or renewing something that you would like. But it looks like there might have been some expenses here earlier. And then whatever's coming up, we're getting into vacation time, so maybe you're holding off and saving a little bit towards what you want to use here for your budget for the vacation time. So it's a little tight here in June. Not saying you're having any problems. It's more like a conscious effort or choice on your part. So you're good. You're good. When we speak about money, there's another area showing up. Now, this has to do with a male, which could be, for some of you, maybe your significant other, your partner, your husband. For others, it could be a father or a father figure coming in. Now, there might just be something unexpected, a little OMG. They're coming from this male. And I'm seeing balancing of funds going out or being shared. So you might just be one of the lucky Cancerians here that could get an extra gift, a source of money coming from a male, and talk about it coming to the right time, just as you were contemplating that you were going to hold back on certain expenses this month due to the circumstances we already mentioned. But here you go, and here's this extra coming your way. So that's wonderful. Now, for those of you here working on your home this summer, instead of traveling, well, I do see that there could be a couple of small things that you could fix up, beautify, and it's more beautification of the home rather than like having to work on your foundations or things that won't show, like replacing an air conditioner or a hot water pump, because that's an expense, but you don't really see it, right? I feel whatever it is that you're going to be working on here at home is something that's visible, that's very pleasing to the eye, something that every time you look at it or you pass it in your house, it gives you that little jolt of joy, right? That sense of renewal, kind of changing up the shui in the home. And that's really important to do every once in a while. I mean, even if you're not having to use any money to fix things up, it could just be rearranging the furniture, getting some new vibes in that way. Can definitely get the energy up and going. Now, there's a short trip. I really don't see necessarily the long trip vacations here quite yet, but there could be an out of town, maybe a weekend getaway here, maybe a small little road trip, which could be really exciting. I think more so it's about which direction to go. It looks like there could be more than just one direction. Like there could be a couple of choices. So I see you talking about it, figuring it out. I'm seeing that you're ready to kind of step down a little bit from all the busyness here earlier in the year. So you're ready for a little relaxation. And it's important that you embed that into your daily routines, or should I say your weekly, monthly routine, to have a little break away from the day to day, just so that you can recharge your batteries. Some of you, I feel, you'll be opening up for something new that you can implement into your daily routine that can be quite enjoyable, maybe even if it's just listening to music, some relaxed music, meditation music, a little bit every day. It could help you really, transform in the overall. There is a lot of strength around you here as I see Cancerians. I'm loving to see that the transformation that's been taking place over time. Now, when I say over time, we can probably go back a couple of years. Who you were back then, say 3 to 4 years ago, and where you're at and who you are today is definitely starting to show. You're seeing it. other people might have been commenting on it. But what I'm seeing that's coming to you is that you've been integrating more strength. You've learned more so the power of the word no, to draw limits where limits are important, instead of always just being the pleasant yes person, making everybody else happy on the expense of you and your own energies and your own inner happiness. So I'm feeling that that might just be one of the greater things that you've implemented, is learning how to say no, when to say it, and still be a yes person, for all the right purposes and reasons. But you found this strength, and I feel there's that gentleness about you. You have more to give when you take care of you first, right? Very important. As far as work, you're going to hear about a male I feel that is a little worried. I don't feel it has to do with you and your job that he's worried about your performance. I'm more taking it from what I'm seeing here is that he's a little bit worried about himself, whether he is still in the right place or whether he should change things up, move on, or promote to a different department. But this will come up. It looks like he's been thinking about this for a while, but holding it to himself. But then I see things coming up, being disclosed around. Maybe he's coming to you and sharing some of his thoughts. But for family, you guys are great. You're behind your driver's wheel, your steering wheel of the vehicle of life, I'll put it that way. You're so in charge, so balanced here, Cancerians. As I'm seeing that you're out and about now here doing family things. All of you, maybe even multi-generational, down to your grandchildren too. And I'm feeling it's such a great time here on all levels, for everybody included. It's really time to take that time off and spend with them. So the month of June is leaving you feeling that you were able to accomplish quite a few things that were important to you. And then there was also a couple of surprises coming in for you here this month. So it's actually leaving you ready to explore July and what July can now bring for you. So listen, enjoy your month. Have a great one. It's always wonderful to have you follow along. So stay tuned for your meditation music here now, and I will see you again next month. Bye now.